I like how I'm in a theater with someone listening to VeggieTales, but I have no idea who it is.
He doesn't know it's actually me.
It's like, yeah,
I'm the one that's actually watching VeggieTales with him.
Hi, I'm Iridium. This is probably going to be a very exciting video for some who really have fond memories of Gary's Mod Cinema servers. But yes, there is a game in the works on S&box that is called S&box Cinema. Originally, I wanted to get some footage within the theater map for the sake of this intro for entertainment reasons. But as you can see, I'm in the map called Laughingstock by Sandy, which is a pretty nice map too, not gonna lie. But before we talk a bit more about this game, let me provide a bit more context and information before we go into my personal experience with some of the recent private playtests that were going on. On June 12, 2023, a blog post on the S&box website was posted talking about the implementation of videos and animated images to the game. This in many ways has been a huge game changer as it has provided a really simple and easier way to bring more motion media within S&box without the hassle of figuring out a more complicated method to get them in the Source 2 engine. What's really awesome about this being added is that it's essentially a texture according to the video player section of the blog post, which can be used anywhere, even such as light cookies. With the idea of videos playing in the background, performance definitely has been another thing for concern, noting for players who worry that their PC from 7 years ago would possibly explode into flames. But the blog post also has that covered. The blog post mentions that the video decoding itself is done within the background so that certain threads on your CPU can be able to handle as many videos as you need, or as your PC probably can handle before the last statement becomes true. Either way, there's a ton more about this blog post that I talked about within my last roundup video, so if you're really interested in the details, check that out. There has been a ton, and I mean a ton of clips and footage for the development process that has been going on for this game for at least almost 2 months now. Currently at the moment, this project is being worked on by a handful of devs within the S&box community that brought it upon themselves to start this project, and even created a Discord to document it, as that will also be linked down below. And from watching some of the clips, they're really putting their all into this project, making it something worth looking into. So let's talk about features and things you'd be able to expect with this game. First off, the biggest and craziest one in my opinion is the new method of actually projecting the image onto the screen, just like a real-life projector would for theaters you'd go into. This really caught my eye since I didn't expect something as simple as showing what you're watching on screen to be really cool and interesting. As you can see from the clip, there's a method which allows the projector's bounce light to update in real time based on where the projector is, according to Duck, one of the developers on the project. There was other things teased and shown from the team, just like a media player queue system that allows you to also like, dislike, and skip to the next video in the queue. Or this example of how light from a video being played bounces off the environment, which makes you feel more immersed in whatever you might be watching. And there has been a good amount of footage also shown of people testing out the food fight mechanic. This is not a real mechanic, by the way, where you can see the effects for the popcorn, nachos. My lord, that is a long wiener. Which, yes, that was another thing mentioned, that there would be food you can actually purchase, which you can enjoy your time watching VeggieTales theme song play in the background while you're RPing eating virtual nachos. And of course, if you really want to see who's in the theater watching God knows what, you can also see their name tags, which will be coming soon according to Trendy, another developer on the project. What really makes all of this incredibly awesome in its own S&box style is of course the idea of the parody covers and advertisements made by the talented Framnik that's a part of their dev team.
Oh, I love these now playing Harry Potter. Holy and Hercules.
That's Fram.
Or the Terrynator. Oh, it's not the I mean, I guess it is
Hercules.
I personally can't say them for the sake of YouTube, but just know that you'll sound pretty crazy when you say them out loud. I was able to get the chance to talk a bit more also with Duck, one of the devs I mentioned before, and this is what Duck had told me, and I quote, "Cinema is much larger than just a YouTube video player. As I see it, the goal of cinema is to simulate the whole experience of going to the movies, buying a ticket, walking through the lobby, getting concessions, and cleaning up after yourself. We even plan on going as far as letting the player assume the role of an usher or concession worker, clean up messes, serving food, and the like. There are more RP-like systems being discussed." Now, I do want to preference that this is incredibly early, and while what I have been showing you does look awesome in some cases, it was also prefaced by Duck that the map being shown in this video, again, is just a test map, and they have a much higher quality map with custom models, material, and fun themes that are going to be implemented in the near future. So other than that, let's get into my own experience of the playtest. This took me to a hall which had 3 theaters. 2 were your classic standard cinema-themed theaters, and the third one was more of a private-style theater with a projector and a couple of seats. Checking out the first theater was definitely a bit of a fever dream as I had a ton of fun figuring out what was going on, but I decided to take a seat and see what was playing on the screen. Also, thankfully, I didn't record the media audio in the theaters because I didn't want to run into copyright issues, but this was a recording accident. After a while, I decided to check out some of the other theaters to see what was going on, and I had the chance to check out the third theater that was more private. This was really nice and slightly cozy as well too, as I enjoyed whatever was on the screen while taking it all in. Once again, I feel with the showcase and covering of the S&box Cinema project is definitely going to add another level of social sandbox games to experience within the game itself, which is absolutely amazing to see what will happen when the time comes for the game to be finished. Speaking about other social games, check out this amazing game within S&box that brings a ton of vibes from another classic Garry's Mod game mode. Thank you for watching.